two grew up together in the Welsh town of Neath. They were Samira, Leah, and Nicola. Now, Leah is a dental nurse, Samira works in a bank, and Nicola, she's a designer. These three girls have three things in common. They love to drink cocktails, they love to dance the night away, and they all live together in a supposedly clean house. We're here to peel back the layers and reveal the hidden world on them, in them, and around them. This is Grime Scene Investigation. Each week on Grime Scene Investigation, we seek out the hidden world of bugs and bacteria, then pop one in the chops of the microscopic marauders plaguing households across the country. Using cutting-edge technology, we're out to get the germs and microorganisms living with and on our suspects. Our mission? To identify the dirtiest offender, aka the criminal. The team's led by me, Rufus Hound. This Hercules in white is Dr. Anthony Hilton, one of the country's leading microbiologists. The filth-examining Santa out back is John Critchell, aka Papa John. These girls are Jess, Laura and Taria, Anthony's research team, the Antoinettes. Our mobile lab is packed full of kit normally only found in the world's top research laboratories, but we've strapped ours onto 40 foot of steel and rubber and we're hitting the road. Our location this week is Neath, South Wales. We're here to investigate what unseen nasties these three girls who want to have fun bring back from a night out. Leah, Samira and Nicola party hard. But after a few drinks, they, like the rest of us, are vulnerable to a whole host of harmful microorganisms invisible to the human eye, especially if too many doubles result in double vision. They're in the firing line and prone to vomiting. Something in their lifestyle is making them sick, and we're not convinced it's just the booze. It's our job to show the potentially lethal risks that pubbing and clubbing has on them and the home they share. Ultimately, we need to find out which one of these angels is dirtier than Christina Aguilera's chaps. Job 1. Get these birds out of the nest.
Girls?
Then this investigation's good to go.
Right, you three, come on. Go, 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 go. Quicker than that. Right then, follow me.
While I march the girls out, Anthony marches his girls in. Their job? To find out what the Neath trio have picked up and brought home after their many nights on the town.
You go out much?
Yeah.
Clubs or pubs?
Both.
Both.
I just wrecked them. I love bushes. I'm gonna eat this actually. Get it out of your mouth now. Bacteria, they poison us. But get out. Stop chewing gum.
When you get in, say, from a night on the beers, are you fairly grimy, fairly dirty?
Feet probably.
Yeah.
Feet?
Once I jumped into bed and woke up in the morning and I had pizza all in between my toes, didn't I?
My friend was sick on me once.
She's sick in your face.
No, just all over my clothes and my legs.
Right, okay.
I was sick on your feet before.
Yeah, and you were sick on my feet, yeah.
Everyone just like
Everyone's sick back in.
You're like a vom target.
The amount of vomit these three produce goes way beyond a few drinks worth. I think we may have our first lead. Vomit on the carpet attracts bugs such as houseflies and cockroaches, but also contains bacteria from the gut like salmonella, which would make you sick all over again.
There are three of you and only 2 bedrooms. So who are the 2 that share the room?
me and Leah, we share.
You 2?
Yeah.
So you get your own room? Which is nice.
Yeah.
So you share a bed. Is that all you share?
We share clothes and makeup as well.
Shoes, bags.
You share makeup. I mean, I'm not a girl, but I'm pretty sure sharing makeup. Are you meant to do that?
No, but we will say makeup.
Right. Okay.
Sharing makeup is not, I said not, a good idea. Even though lipsticks and mascaras contain preservatives, they run out when the sell-by date expires. Girly stuff like brushes and sponges can be riddled with pathogens like blepharitis, a severe reddening and swelling of the eye, and even trachoma, which can lead to blindness.
So, which of the three of you do you think is the dirtiest?
I blame Nicola
Because?
because she's quite grubby. Not grubby as in
Messy.
Messy, okay.
I think it could be me actually, because I come into contact with germs in work a lot.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, from everything you've told me, it all sounds pretty clean. But let's make sure. It's time to get you swabbed.
I reckon the girls have been about as honest as Paul Daniels' sleeves. So while Anthony swabs them, I'm going to get them to dish the dirt on each other.
You don't share your
lip gloss.
Your lip gloss as well. Okay, well we'll have a sample of your lips as well then while we're at it.
Lips are made for kissing, especially in dark nightclubs. But does Samira's lipstick hide more dirt than my little black book?
You ticklish, are you? Alright.
Who do you think is the filthiest person in the house?
Sam,
Why so?
I woke up this morning and there was a bowl of mackerel by the side of the bed from I don't know when, and it stunk the house out.
Yeah, that's pretty unpleasant. Very good though, apparently for omega-3 and things like that. Not necessarily something you want to get by osmosis as you sleep. Samira's got to have a couple of bad habits herself, hasn't she?
She never washes her eye makeup off,
Right.
ever.
So quite claggy eye makeup.
When was the last time that you washed your hands?
This morning.
This morning. Okay. You're going to stick your hand in there for me.
Yeah, we all know what hands are. Thumb, palm, fingers. Great for picking things up. But just what hidden microbes are Nikki's paws hiding?
Anybody looking at you knows you are a princess. There is no doubt in the world that you cannot be the criminal. So which of the other two is it?
It's definitely Nicola. She's just really messy.
Which of your housemates is the filthiest?
I'd say Nicola.
Nicola?
Yeah.
And how? Why do you say that?
Normally when we go out, she's the one that's, if anyone's going to be sick, it's going to be Nicola.
Right.
And she'll just hang out the side of the bed and be sick.
Into a bin?
No, on the floor.
Right. Now your all upstairs is fully carpeted.
Yeah.
Pretty unpleasant.
I see you put a toe ring on there as well.
Yeah.
Does that live on there all the time?
Yeah, I don't take it off.
Right, okay.
These feet were made for walking and dancing. But has Leah's preference for walking barefoot left her open to microbiological attack? Meanwhile, I've got windy pops.
So have they got any personal disgusting habits?
Not like that. Well, Leah, she bites her nails a lot and she smokes.
What do you think the other two have said about you?
They've probably said I don't eat green food.
You don't eat green food?
No.
So no broccoli, no cabbage, no lettuce, cucumber? You ever eat your bogey?
No.
Okay, just checking.
There's only one way to find out what the girls really get up to on a night out. Over to Anthony and the Antoinettes.
Actually, I've heard the girls are going out again tonight. Maybe I could send you on a special mission. Maybe you could go and sample them. See if you can collect things and bring them back to the lab. We can analyse them. You know, it's a secret mission, really. Let's see how messy it gets when they go out. Don't let them see you, otherwise it'll ruin it, because then they'll change their behaviour. So yeah, undercover. Is that all right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks. Cheers.
Yeah, those poor Antoinettes. Booze, boys, and the boogie. This is going to be one tough assignment. Samira, Leah, and Nikki have already hit the streets.
Stay back a bit.
Alongside thousands of other clubbers, trillions of bad microorganisms, and this muppet. It doesn't take long though for Princess Leah to let the rebels down. Her shoes come off, and she's running barefoot around the streets of Swansea.
In the bin. Dip it. Oh, she's chewing on there. Oh, she just put a finger in that. Really? Oh, swap. Nice. nice filth. And she stood on the floor, barefoot on the pavement. Someone could have been sick down there.
But it's not just the streets that are dangerous. Where there are crowds of revellers, there are crowds of bugs, all too ready to take advantage of you. Everything from coughs and colds to things that will make your insides dribble out of you like yesterday's prawn madras. As the bars shut, the action moves to the even more crowded dance floors. Dancing this close gives bugs like head lice the chance to jump ship and start feeding on your blood. Another hazard is drink sharing. Herpes and cold sores can easily be passed around, like a duchy to the left-hand side. It's vital the Antoinettes remain discreet. It's taken years of training, but they're now more covert than invisible stealth ninjas. They celebrate with a couple of sharpeners themselves.
This is Grime Scene Investigation!
Taxi? We don't want to get a taxi.
It's the morning after the night before, and there's no sign of our suspects. One look and it's clear that the girls went supersize on the takeaway. It's obvious they could have brought back some finger-licking microorganisms. I've seen enough. It's time to wake the sleeping beauties.
Right, come on, you three, up you get. I need you downstairs, 5 minutes, bikinis. Think you can do it? Come, go, 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 move, 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 move. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, come in, come in, come in, come in. Right, Nicola, if you can stand in there. Samira, you're in there. Which means that there's one last one for J-Lo in the background there.
In the back.
So we've got you standing in plastic bags because we're going to find out what we're going to wash off your bodies after a night on the booze. Now, obviously, to wash them off, Anthony.
To wash them off, we're going to have to get you wet, but in order to do that, we're going to have to get you in these bags. So can you pull it up like it's a big sleeping bag, as far as it'll go?
Stomacher bags are sterile containers into which we put our contaminated material. It's a scientific cocktail best served cold, especially first thing in the morning.
Okay, have a kick around and wash everything you might have on you off you.
I see you, baby, shaking that ass, shaking that ass, shaking that ass. I see you, baby.
You doing it at the weekend?
Well, you know, I'm going to take the kids to the park maybe and...
Close your eyes.
Were you dancing closely with anybody?
No.
Only each other.
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, who's that?
Well, we'll certainly see what else you've picked up without you knowing it when we take these back to the lab and we'll have a see what we can find.
Evidence their night on the tiles is in the bag and quickly dispatched to our science lorry. It doesn't take long before we see the first set of results from Swansea's mean streets.
What samples have you got there?
Well, these ones were from the outside bin
Really?
that one of the girls stuck their hands in. It's not actually that bad, I don't
No,
think.
it doesn't look that bad actually. I would have expected a lot more of microbes, given that there's probably bits of rotting food and all sorts of manner of rubbish in there. But yeah, they look like mainly skin cells, those to me, skin microorganisms.
So you can put your hand in a bin and it's all right.
Well, I wouldn't advocate that, but in this case, yeah. What else have you got?
I found the girls in a toilet and it was surprising as well. The door handle, nothing there.
It's unbelievable. I really...
But there was some in the toilet flush, but no fecal contamination.
Right,
nothing
okay.
there.
Which is not maybe overly surprising, because I think that probably public toilets get cleaned more frequently than most people's home toilets, so I'm not overly surprised, if not a bit disappointed, but still. What else have you got?
The actual bar where people touch with their hands and you spill your drinks, there's not really anything there at all. Beer glass, really sort of clean as well.
Just goes to show really that sometimes when things look visually dirty, they're not necessarily microbiologically dirty. But at the same time, the consequence of that is things that look clean can be microbiologically unclean, which is worse. But
The results from the night out are unexpected. It seems that the streets of Swansea are cleaner than they look. But Anthony has spotted something on the CCTV that may mean we've been barking up the wrong tree. The problem may have been under our noses all the time. And it's in the house. Time for some home truths.
I told them to be here any moment, and by my reckoning, they should be here any moment now.
Pretty good.
Close.
Pretty good.
Come in! We looked at some of your CCTV footage from before you went out last night, and we've got a few things we'd like to show you. So, does this look familiar? This is your bathroom. Who's the first to use it?
I don't know.
There's one thing there that you haven't done. What do you think it is?
Close the lid.
What was that?
Close the lid.
Close the lid.
Each time you flush the loo, the gush of water aerosolises some of the toilet contents. In other words, your wee, poo and vomit go AWOL. This fecal splatter can spray out in all directions all over your bathroom, coating whatever it lands on in a thin layer of your excrement. Each one of these tiny microscopic droplets contains a wealth of vomit-inducing viruses and bacteria. No wonder these good time girls are such sick buckets.
In short, you guys share makeup, share perfume, but this is one kind of odour toilet. You really don't want to be splashing all over your face. Right, come on, we've got something to show you. Back to the house. So, we've sprayed your bathroom with UV dye, which should give some indication of where you're likely to find fecal coliform bacteria. In other words, somewhere that your aerosolised doings are likely to spread around this bathroom. So obviously, first place to look, the loo. This is probably where you're likely.
Oh, look at that.
Some of it even making it as far over as the wall over there, side of the bath. So when you're getting in and out of the bath, you could even have some on your hands as you put yourself in and out. Fair amount down there on the floor. But more interestingly, what did we see you all do? Come on, dental hygienist. Brush our teeth. Should we see how far it's likely to go? Whose toothbrush is this? Well, by leaving it there, you're getting right in the spray zone.
I'm throwing that out there.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Not a bad idea, maybe.
Which one's
In fact, this entire room, if you look, one way or another, is covered in fecal coliform bacteria.
Fecal coliform bacteria, like Enterobacter and E. coli, can cause nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and in particular strains, even death!
Now, the exciting thing is that when we started doing all of this, we had the UV light down on the ground. What you're about to see is not us. It's not UV dye. This is what's been oozing out of your toilet. I don't know if you can see it down there. Now, I reckon a good chance that a lot of that is things like bleach, but the fact that it's not been wiped off probably also means there's a good amount of wee, and I don't know, how much do you guys drink? You ever had a little Huey, little talk down the porcelain toilet? Yeah, well, there's probably a little bit of you down there. Right, let's go and talk to Anthony, because he's going to tell you a couple of things that maybe might make this a slightly safer environment for you guys. He's just out there.
What did you think of that?
Disgusting.
Really?
Oh, nice.
So, what are you going to do now you know how far these things can spread?
New bathroom. We're going to get cleaners in as well.
Yeah, I mean, most people think that it's important to try and throw sort of antibacterial wipes at it or squirt, antibacterial agents around the bathroom, and to some extent they may help, but some just basic common sense and a bit of basic hygiene can be just as effective, because these aerosols, sometimes in certain circumstances, they can stay aerosolized for maybe 24 hours.
Meaning your bathroom could be covered in your own fecal splatter for days, exposing you to a multitude of microbacteria. So what's the solution, Big Tony?
So one of the best things you can do, and I agree that cleaning is a great idea, is actually just put the lid down when you flush the toilet, and that should hopefully certainly minimise, if not eliminate, any of the aerosols that you might get.
Thought of when we flush the toilet and we put the lid down, it's all going on our toothbrushes. Turns my stomach.
That was disgusting. But we've learned now
from what you've actually told us.
I don't know if it spread that much. It's really gross.
Definitely putting the lid down from now on. I can't stand the thought of what's going on my toothbrush otherwise.
Their use of the toilet poses a big risk to the girls. Every flush with the lid up is hurling around more crap than an angry monkey and could be the reason they're vomiting so much. But me and Hilton are still searching for the effects of a night out on the town, so it's back to the CCTV footage.
I can see that Nicola's put in her makeup on there. They seem to be sharing makeup. That'll be quite interesting actually, because if there are any microorganisms on the makeup and as one of them is using it, they're potentially passing it to the other.
What are we looking at there? Bacteria, maybe viruses?
Well, bacteria in particular, yeah, we've got bacteria on our skin and a lot of these cosmetics have quite effective preservative systems, so I'm not worried about the cosmetics per se. It's much more the brushes and the wands and all the other sort of things that they use to put on the makeup. I'm worried about things like eye infections or skin possible infections, if any cuts on the skin.
Yeah, I mean, viruses, bacteria, they could spread anything, but they all look pretty dewy-eyed.
Yeah. Well, it only takes, a few bugs on a brush, shove it in your eye.
Yeah. I mean, is that a healthy glow or is that just the strength of the cocktails?
Could this be the break we're looking for? Our other leads have proved fruitless. Maybe the makeup sharing will provide the clues we need to nail the case. We've just got enough time to grab it and swab it.
What samples have you got here then?
We've got the makeup samples.
Ah, right. Do we have any idea how long they've had these?
For a long time.
You
But
reckon?
they share these between 3 of them. So.
Yeah, every time you put that mascara wand onto your eyelashes, you're picking up microorganisms like Staphylococcus, for example, and then you're putting them back into the mascara. Yeah, and there's brushes as well.
They probably share all of the brushes, to tell you the truth.
That's the blusher one, so
What do you use that for?
it's all like on your cheeks.
Is it?
Bit of rouge on your cheeks.
So again, they'll be picking up skin microorganisms. If they've got spots and blemishes, they could be spreading those around.
Yeah.
No?
These are what you curl your eyelashes with. I know for a fact that girls will share these, and if they've got any sort of bacteria on their eyes, and that's being passed around.
Yeah, they're going to get bugs and they're going to squeeze it into their eyes, aren't they, really?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. Why do you girls do all this? All right, carry on. Let me know when you've got anything.
Okay.
We've gathered all the evidence, and even though we reached some dead ends, it's now time to tell the Swansea 3 what we have found. What impact is the 24-hour party lifestyle having on them and the house they live in?
So let's start by talking about some of the things that we found in your house.
Oh my god.
The chopping board, but do you actually ever wash it?
Yeah.
Just wipe it over.
Yeah, not properly wash it.
Because the dishcloth, when I looked at that was absolutely hooching with microorganisms. It was like a microbe zoo in there, really. Is that the cloth you use to wipe your chopping board?
The tops. The one they used to do the dishes.
But it's important to realise that it's quite possible that very pathogenic or very nasty organisms could live on those chopping boards, and if you then made something that you were going to eat on that board, you could then get things like salmonella, things like Campylobacter.
You don't want either of these in your kitchen. Salmonella attacks the gut and intestines, whilst its mate Campylobacter is the UK's #1 cause of bacterial diarrhoea.
And what's your kitchen right next to?
Bathroom.
So, the moment that you come out of the bathroom, you could possibly be bringing all sorts of nasties with you, and then if you just pick up the sponge and wiping it down, you could be spreading that across and across and across and actually smearing your kitchen in a thin layer of your own fecal bacteria, which is going to make you very sick. If the numbers were allowed to build up, you could literally be vomiting your own shit.
I don't feel like eating now.
But by far and away, the issue that caused us most concern was the makeup sharing.
But where I did find evidence in the house of other contamination was in the brushes that you're using to actually put that makeup on. And what is happening is that you're picking up these organisms from your eyes and from your face, and these are being spread to the other guy's eyes and face when they're doing that.
Those brushes are the perfect hiding ground for bugs like Staphylococcus aureus, which in the right concentrations can lead to serious eye infections like blepharitis and conjunctivitis.
But I mean, that could be a breeding ground for all sorts of things that could, I don't know, in severe cases even lead to blindness. I suppose there's enough pus knocking around.
Yeah, in untreated cases it could lead to blindness, but yeah.
The results are finally in. Time to reveal which of our Valley dolls would be better off in the Valley of the Dolls. Leah walks around barefoot on the street and is unsurprisingly covered in all sorts. Nikki, hobbies include vomiting on the carpet after booze binges and not shutting the lid on the loo. Samira thinks she's a squeaky clean princess but seems happy enough to pass on her bug-infected makeup. But which one of them is the criminal?
So, Leah, I can tell you that you are not the criminal. When we started this, all fingers were pointing at you, Nicola. From time to time you will lean over the side of the bed and vomit.
Yeah.
Samira, you're the one always wandering around with the Hoover, and you were probably one of the first as well to point the finger at Nicola as being the dirtiest. Well, I can tell you, Nicola and Leah, the level of cleanliness we found on you was about the same. Samira, you are the criminal.
Yes, in the end, it wasn't the night out that caused the concern, it was the getting ready. Nikki's bad toilet behaviour, Samira's habit of not removing her mascara, and their combined routine of sharing makeup caused the most risk. In Samira's case, it could even lead to severe eye infections.
How do you guys feel about this? 'Cause you all share the same makeup.
I'm not going to borrow new X's again.
No.
I won't be lending them to you.
Now, one of the things that we showed you before we got you in here at the very end was the fecal splatter test. And I know you all said you wanted to throw away your toothbrushes and buy brand new ones. Well, don't worry, we got you covered like a Jimmy hat. Here, from the good people at Grime Scene Investigation, 3 brand new toothbrushes. Thanks very much for being part of Grime Scene Investigation. Keep clean.
I thought it might be me, and I'm just glad it wasn't, and I'm glad it was one of them too.
I'm the criminal. I said from day one I wasn't going to be. I think I jinxed myself, actually.
Probably use this against Sam, yeah. Keep bringing it up now and again, we won't let her live it down.
I'm going to put it in the bath now. Make sure she washes properly.
You know, there's an old joke. Why do women wear makeup and perfume? Because they're ugly and they smell. But any psychologist will tell you that the actual reason is it increases their sense of self-esteem and makes them more attractive to the opposite sex. That's why it's a joke and not a statement of fact. We came to Neath to find 3 good time girls and all the germs they had swarming all over them. But the truth is, they had no more than anybody else, well, in a normal family home. So if you're sat on your sofa right now, judging them, just remember, just because you can't see them, doesn't mean they're not crawling all over you right now. This is another Grime Scene Investigation case closed.